Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. All right, update since we're hour to hour today. Feel pretty better, I guess. I'm looking up porn. Sound like I was about to say looking up porn. I am definitely not. What I'm looking up is hotel rooms, and I was going to say apartments, and I don't know where the rest came from, but looking up weekly hotels and stuff like that, and trying to get an understanding of what the rates would be. And I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of what I'm clicking on is confusing. That's the bottom line. It's like $100 a week, or is it $100 a day? When you look for weekly rates, they come up with all different stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the prices. So it's kind of annoying. And you get all these links for like booking.com and all these different apps, and you go on Yelp thinking you're going to find what you're looking for, and then Yelp wants you to download their app. I have no interest in downloading Yelp. I don't care to download any more apps to this phone. All I want to see is a weekly rate. Do you have weekly rates, and what are they for that week? And they vary. Like, for example, if I were to check into a place tomorrow, one of them $66 tomorrow, and then the following tomorrow, and the following day would be like $79 for the same check-in. So they vary. It's not like this place that's kind of set up for you to stay for the week. So I'm trying to find a place like this that literally sets you up for the week, has a contract for like 3 weeks that you can opt in or out of if you want to. I don't know if they have too many places like this exactly, so that's what I'm looking for, because this has been about as comfortable as this gets. Even though it's very expensive, it's comfortable. I'm trying my very best to keep my space. That's the bottom line. I don't want to live with nobody even for 5 minutes at all. I don't want to sit next to nobody. I don't want to share a bathroom with nobody, nothing. I'm an introvert with mental health issues, anxiety, and all that. I don't want nobody underneath me, above me, in regards to like a bunk bed, and I don't want nothing like that. However, what I don't want to do is end up spending more money on hotels than I would if I were to get my own place. I also checked out DPSS to see if there was any updated paperwork or anything. Nothing since the 8th. So I guess we're just waiting on the psychiatrist to send paperwork back to start up my GR. That would really help a lot. And I was looking up some other stuff like rental assistance, stuff like that. I know LA, this is important. Emergency rental assistance is available for the LA area starting today, 24 hours online. Problem is, I don't have an apartment. So all they would really help me with is basically paying the people I just left. And I just don't live there anymore. So I know if I'm looking to help myself to rental assistance, it's going to be for the next place, and I don't have a next place. So I don't know that I could really qualify for that unless I'm just trying to settle the score with Babcock and Associates, which I would love to do. But there's a million ways to do that, and I'm not looking to take a lump sum to pay them when I can't even live there no more. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way, but that's how I'm looking at it. So I think my eyes are open just a little bit in regards to the opportunities are out there. At least I know where some hotels are. And I've read some Yelp reviews on some of those hotels. So I know that there is a such thing as being able to have weekly rates that cost less for your extended stay. So at least I have some information as to what a general look at would be, because I don't want to cram everything into tomorrow, which it looks like I would be doing if I didn't get the gall to do it tonight. So that's what it is. You can check in, and the funny thing is this is the best month to check in to a hotel. Next month is the worst month to check in to a hotel all year round. They said September is the best month, October is the worst month, period. So I'm like, okay, but that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be proactive and finding something for myself that doesn't involve me living with anyone else at all, man. That makes me so unhappy. I'm not gonna lie to you. Just the thought of it makes me very unhappy. So I'm trying to keep me from being unhappy, since I've been so low and so quick to quit on life. I want to definitely keep me in a space where if I have any chance to not have to live with nobody at all, that's probably the way to go. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to find places, or at least get some information, get some understanding of where things are, so that I'm not cramming everything into tomorrow. That's all I can really say for myself. I found myself on some rental assistant program stuff, but it looked like it could be something that would end up getting you like a bunch of sales calls, and I don't want to add to sales calls and email stuff. Sometimes you click on the wrong thing and suddenly you can get a free Big Mac, and next thing you know, you're getting 30 calls, that kind of thing. So I'm really sensitive to that. I don't want to be bothered. I got real phone calls that I need to come my way, and I'm already getting enough sales calls from everyone. So yeah, I think I made some breakthroughs in regards to, at least I know a little more right now than I knew about an hour ago. That's really good. And so yeah, man, it looks like there could be a path to me at least landing somewhere on the 21st that I could at least book for a week, maybe even longer. Some of this stuff is expensive as an apartment though. You want to go there for the week or for the month, you're gonna end up spending $1,500 for the month, that kind of thing, which is basically a rent. So it's California for you, man. I don't really find myself surprised at what I'm seeing in regards to rates, but they got stuff like way out in like Sherman Oaks. It was something that seemed pretty reasonable, but like Sherman Oaks is so far away, I don't know that I would even be able to get back this side of town. I'd be stuck in Sherman Oaks. At least with North Hollywood, there's a train station over here. Sherman Oaks, yeah, you might take a train to get back over here. So, I'm trying to help myself, man. And I found myself getting frustrated. You know how that goes. Well, maybe you don't, but that's what happens to me when I start looking up stuff like that. And it's the same thing when I used to do homework as a child in certain situations. You just start getting frustrated. Too many words, too much clicking, nothing I'm interested in, nothing I want to do, so therefore I can't do it. It's part of the mental health. Hate it. It's very, very counterproductive for what it is that I obviously need, but that is how my brain has always worked my entire life. Now, when I'm looking up something I want to look up, like basketball info and stuff like that, my brain doesn't self-destruct in that way. It doesn't shut down or whatever you call it. Nah, but when I'm looking up stuff like this that I have no interest in whatsoever, or something that's going to cause me stress to check it out, hell no. Suddenly my brain just starts doing something like a thing. That's what I don't even know what to describe it, but I just start getting frustrated, like stressed and all kinds of weird stuff that I can't even really describe. And so I just took a break from that feeling to come back to you guys and try to decompress a little bit of that, and maybe try to go back in after a couple seconds. So I wish my brain would cooperate. I wish I had better conditioning in regards to stuff like this, but that is not the case. So we do what we can and we keep looking. But man, I just need my GR and my SSI to kick in so I can have some income. One of the things that I was looking up, it said, it was one of those things that I think could be some bull crap, but they were offering loans, settle your debt. And that's a big one for me, because if I can settle the debt with Babcock somehow, that could have got me the place downtown. I could immediately go back there and say, okay, my debt is straight. Give me your apartment there. And could probably get in there if they still have places open downtown in that one spot I looked at, which would be ideal for me because it's cheap. I already have rapport with the people down there. So if there's anything available, they would likely be willing to offer it to me once my debt is settled. So that might be a thing. I don't think my family wants to fork over 10 grand to Babcock and Associates at all to fix that. But that would give me that would effectively open up doors for me to get an apartment, and I know where one is. That's the problem. I need to bring the debt down from 10 to 4 in order to qualify for their particular place. So I long gave up on that place because of it. But like I said, that lady ain't forget me. You know what I mean? If I go back down there, she'll know exactly who I am. The manager of that place that was her boss, they probably know who I am. And that would be very, very easy to get in there. It would not be hard to get in there if I can bring my debt down. But I just don't see a path to that right now. I don't have the cash. Obviously, SSI is going to take till January, so blah, blah, blah. But when you think about how much is going to have to be forked over to get me the hotel, it's like, shoot, that might actually be cheaper when we think about it. And maybe not, but nevertheless, I don't really know how much my family wants to give me, how much these weekly weights are going to be, when they're going to get tired of giving me what, when a GR is going to be coming in. It's just a lot of uncertainty. And because of that uncertainty, there's still a lot to be concerned with, still a lot to worry about. But at least I have a lot more of a direction right now than I had when I was struggling this morning with everything I was perceiving. wanting to check all the way out of this damn life of mine. So I can say I made some breakthroughs in regards to finding information, but nothing in regards to landing somewhere. So, as I prayed about it, the Lord's still doing all this. That's what I'm getting out of the situation. Relax, I got a plan for you. You don't have to worry about this. I'm tired of that. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of tired of that. But that's what I'm getting from the Spirit, and so I just try to move forward and see what He has laid out for me, to not only find for myself, but to actually condition myself so that I can look for more. Because once I get to where I'm going, I don't want to do the same thing I did here, chill for a couple of weeks, and then start cramming everything into the last few days like I'm doing. That's something I cannot do. Cannot do. I can then not do it. I guess the best way to describe it, now that I've kind of made some breakthroughs here, gone through some things in this hotel that have kind of made it so that I have a bit more strength, I guess, for that kind of thing is what I'm trying to express. So I feel like I'm more capable, I guess, a little more capable. So yeah, man, I ain't thinking about nothing else. As far as looking for work, that would obviously be something that would be good for me. And I want to be open to things that I wasn't open to. I don't want to just poo-poo everything and say mental health, mental health, mental health. If I feel good enough to do it, then let's get it done. That's kind of how it is. I don't want to just be so sold on what I cannot do, that I forget to check to see if there's some breakthroughs there too in myself. So I ain't going down that path just yet, but I'm trying to be open to it after the conversation with my uncle, because at the end of the day, I really know that if for some reason they'd say no, there would have to be something, and the only solution I had was to unalive myself, quite honestly. So that's how ill I feel. That's how real it is. But there are also some information to find out that can kind of help me understand what my options are, and that is what I've opened the door for this last hour. This is so much easier for people who don't have these problems, man. The last thing you're going to be thinking about when you have my problem is unaliving yourself. You probably just going to open up Yelp and look up what you should look up. But that's not how this works here. It's not how it works at all. But it can begin to, you know what I mean? I'm open to it now being something that I can start to see myself doing a little bit better and having a little more control over this. Got some information. I read some 5 tips on how to live in a hotel. That kind of thing, give you an understanding of what people are talking about when they have to do what it is I'm doing. So that was kind of helpful. But it was already stuff I kind of knew, like bring your own food, that kind of thing. So it's like I'm already on top of that because I don't eat everything everybody eats. So just by default, I'm bringing my own food and I'm bringing my own rice cooker. So as long as I can access a fridge, I'm cool. That's literally it. Even if I don't have a fridge, y'all know I can survive that. So that's not as big of a problem as it probably would be. But I've gotten used to having a fridge again, and I really do like eating turkey meat. You know what I mean? Turkey meat is very easy. You don't have to warm it up. All that turkey slice stuff is very easy. So, the problem is with my little salad that I like to eat, it has a lot of egg in it. And unfortunately, I'm allergic to eggs. So that's been a little bit of a problem lately. It's hit or miss, to be honest with you. Like some packets of it don't give me any problems, and then other packets of it give me all the problems in the world. It doesn't really add, it's not really consistent. So I guess it's just some eggs. I don't know, not every egg is created equal in digesting the situation. I can't make any sense of it. I didn't have any problems with it the first week, and then I bought 2 of them. One of them gave me a problem, the other one didn't. Then I bought another one, and one of them gave me a problem the other day. It's kind of, I don't get it, but my body's hit or miss when it comes to eggs, apparently, mostly miss. So I got to try to eliminate anything dairy. I know I can't do milk, even though I grew up loving milk, ice cream, and all that stuff. I used to go get ice cream every Friday with my mom, but my body rejects everything now. So I just got to get on top of that and try to do the best I can to eat properly. So that's what it is, man. But I did re-up on that rice, as you guys already know, so that I'll be able to carry that over to the next place. Of course, I got the rice cooker with me, so if nothing else, I could eat rice and oatmeal. Bananas and apples don't have to be refrigerated, so I can always have my breakfast. That's never going to be a problem. so long as I can access the apples and everything like that, which Target didn't have any more of, but I got 3 left, so it's enough for the rest of my stay here. You know what I mean? I'm trying to manage my diet. I'm trying to manage my situation. I'm trying to put myself somewhere in a place, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I was going to say displace myself, but that's the opposite of that. I'm trying to put myself somewhere, and as I've always told you guys, I never ever look for anything. Everything that I found has been placed in my hands by someone who was looking out for me, Bronzy. So I always give her the credit. But this time, I'm not looking for her to place me anywhere. I need to find something for myself, and it's very foreign. Yeah, I never look for a place. Not one time in my life have I looked for a place. Or that I actually found anything anywhere. Never actually placed myself anywhere. First place I was at, my mom obviously brought me home as a baby. Stayed there till I was 15. The owner of that place had another apartment, which was the Dunsmuir place in the Wilshire district. She just kind of segued us over there, gave my mom the management position. And then from there, that went left same way this did. I ended up moving into my mom's condo, which we talked about this morning. And then after that, as I said, Bronzy found me the Linux place. That was the only place I've ever moved. So I've never actually put myself anywhere. Never. So that's also a bit of a challenge, but like I told you just a minute ago, I found that downtown place, and if my debt was where it needed to be, I would have put myself there. So I don't know, man. I still kind of like the idea of that type of place, even though the neighborhood downtown is not necessarily where you want to live. It ain't no much better than 66. It ain't much better than Linux, to be honest with you. So kind of used to live being placed in lower income places. Now, I mean, this is about the best neighborhood I've been in, North Hollywood. And this, they got stuff going on over here too. So what can I say, man? I know the Lord had already told me his thumbs up, got something for me. I'm trying to settle into that. I've done some praying, got in the shower, did my prayer thing. So, you know, I'm all right, I guess. I mean, I feel a lot better than I did this morning. Still on the edge, but that's the nature of being homeless, man. That's the nature of not having nowhere to go. And not having any money and not having a vehicle. So if I can get through this, I'd imagine I'm a little bit stronger, you know what I mean, for whatever's next. So I'm just going to take that for what it is. And I'm also open to selling art now, which I really don't want to do, because at the end of the day, I just feel my art's going to be worth a lot more later. You sell something for $5, you're going to find out someone else is going to be able to sell it for $5,000. Just from what all the other stuff that I do. So my art is sacred to me. It's like everything else I do. I don't really want to sell it, but want versus need. And the fact of the matter is, I pop these things out, as you can see, in a matter of 5 minutes I can do a piece. So if anybody actually really likes this stuff, it ain't anything for me to make more. I don't even feel like it's really creative anymore. As strange as that sound, artistic stuff is supposed to be creativity. I feel like I'm just using my arms and moving in an emotion that I've done a million times. It's almost like lifting weights. It's the weirdest thing to express, but it's the truth. It's more muscle memory than anything else these days. So, you know, man, I'm just trying to be me, man. I'm trying to manage a 40-year-old child. That's what I am, 39-year-old child. I don't like admitting that, but I'm fine with it, because, you know, you just got to grow up. And if you're going to grow up, you got to admit where you haven't yet to. And so it is what it is, man. I just wish I were not an introvert in times like this, so I could say, yo, let me move in with such and such. $500, you could stay with a roommate. I'm like, listen, that would be a great way to save money, but I trying to live with a roommate with this head, I'm not open to it. Don't want to do it. Refuse to do it. Just like everything else I refuse to do. So I'm accepting that, and I'm looking for something else, and I believe the Lord will help me find something else, because he wired me this way. And that's just the way it is. If he wanted me to be the type of person that could live with other people, I'd already be that way. You know, if he wanted me to not to have these struggles, I would have been born without them, or at least not picked them up when I was 2 years old in some trauma. So it is what it is, man. Frustration is what it is. I've been frustrated all day, and I think this is about as least frustrated as I felt all day. So I guess that's a very good thing. And praise God for that, man. I don't know what to say else other than that. I'm very worn out, but when I tried to find myself going to sleep, I almost snapped out of it so quick, because I'm like, look, if you don't look for what you need to look for now, you're gonna be cramming it into tomorrow, and you can't even imagine what type of headache you got tomorrow when you got to do all kinds of other stuff as well, from managing just moving out of this place, cleaning up a little bit, and all the different stuff that I probably gonna have to do because 12 o'clock is checkout, so on Thursday. So I'm just gonna do my best to try to find something tonight and let the Lord guide me tomorrow, and hopefully I'll be motivated to do all those different things. Managing my mental health, I'm confident that the Lord will give me what I need to make that happen. So that's all I can give myself for this moment, and that's pretty much the end of that. I also was very happy to find that I had scheduled another fantasy basketball draft. I'd forgotten I'd done that, and it was funny because it was like I was laying here with my phone on the charger. It was 4:57, and I was sitting there kind of like thinking and praying, relaxing. The Lord said, you know what? I felt the Spirit of the Lord say, you know, you could probably just grab your phone now. And I'm like, all right, I grab it. You know, thinking I was going to probably just look for some entertainment or something to kind of ease my mind, because I'd been praying for only about 5 minutes. And he was telling me to relax more or less. And he said, no, you just grab your phone. And as soon as I grabbed my phone, it buzzed. And then I realized I had set up a draft. I'm like, okay, I get it. So it was one of them type of things for me that I'd love to, I love when that happens. So that's what it is, man. As you already know, I'm already drafting all my basketball teams. My mind is never too far from the NBA. Obviously, I don't feel like doing NBA content, even though I could probably access it any moment. I just don't think my spirit's in the right place to really talk about anything other than what I got going on. But there are some things to talk about in the NBA. So just want to let everybody know that I'm not too far away from that. I'm still that dude. I'm still him. I'm still the Laker guy. And I hope by the time that the Lakers season starts, I will be settled somewhere so that I can do what it is that I do. But even if I'm not settled somewhere, I'm probably going to still find a way to do what I do, because that's what I'm here to do on this earth. So that's what it is. I'm praying for an opportunity to be myself again, but this time without the struggles that came with living in Linux and not necessarily having things in order at all. So yeah, man, this brain will do what it's supposed to do if I can make it through the night, make it through this week. And like the Lord said, give me a day. He said, give me a day. That's what the Spirit of the Lord told me this morning when I was really just going through the worst of it all. So far, I ain't gonna say it's been a good day, but it's improved by the hour. So 38 art pieces done. You can go check those out on Art Deviant. And that's pretty much all I have to say. My name is BDF 44. I thank you all for watching, and I'm out.